We are going to be converting this traditional box model into a flexbox. And flexbox is responsive and mobile friendly. So we're going to go to File and Save As. And we are going to change the name. Now make sure before you do that you have saved Farm. Make sure you've saved any changes here. And then we'll go to File and Save As. And we are going to call it Farm-Flexbox. And then double check and make sure the one that you're editing is in fact Farm-Flexbox. And to make this conversion from traditional box to Flexbox, we need to change what we have in our parent box. So padding is fine, but instead of the margin settings, we're going to tell it that we're using the Flex display. And then in our child, a Flexbox does not use float. So we're going to replace float with Flex 1. So the parent box is the flexible container, and then the elements that are going to move inside the container are our child class elements. And it doesn't matter what your class is called. What matters is that you've got display flex in your parent container and that you have flex 1 in whatever you want to use as a child. Now, because we are not doing traditional box anymore, we no longer need clear float. So I'm going to delete that out of here. And I'm also going to delete it from here. I'm going to save this and I'm going to reload this page, but we need to actually not use this one. We want to use our new one. So this is Flexbox. And Flexbox takes a lot of liberties with the size of the flexible elements. And typically, if you're using Flexbox, you will set a maximum and a minimum width. You can also do that for height, but typically people do it for width because there's only so small or so big that you want these boxes to be. So in our child, instead of having width 25%, we're going to do max width 35%. So the biggest we want the box to be is 35% of the width of the parent, okay? And the minimum width we want is 20% of the width of the parent. So we don't want it bigger than 35%. We don't want it smaller than 20%. Now, quite often you will see this measured in pixels as well. So they may say like 400 pixels is the max, 200 pixels is the minimum. I use percentages because it's more mobile friendly. Let's save our changes and let's take another look. So what you're going to notice is that they immediately look a little bit bigger, but they are not going to be bigger than 35%, and they should not get smaller than 20%. But you'll notice they're not wrapping. When you use Flexbox, there are quite a few settings that you're going to want to apply up in the parent. One of those is for wrapping. So after you say display flex, you can tell it if you want it to wrap. So we got flex dash wrap. And you see these are our choices. So no wrap is the default because it's not wrapping. So you can have it wrap in order or in reverse. And we are going to have it wrap in order because we have them numbered. And I'm going to save that. And we will reload. And now you will notice that it wraps rather nicely. And if you expand, this actually works really well. And you don't get the issues that you had with traditional box and the browser getting confused about how it should display the boxes. Okay, so at this point, we really don't need any additional settings. We're going to be working more with Flexbox in another task, so you will get some additional practice with the parent settings and also some child settings. But for this particular exercise, this looks really good just as it is. So we're going to save this. Okay, and we are not going to use this one again, so we're going to close it.